Happy April 2021. This is going to be your general tarot reading for April 2021. The decks that I'm using this month, I decided to go completely fantastical. And so I'm going to be using the Tarot of Mystical Moments, the Star Spinner Tarot for clarifiers, and the White Rabbit Oracle cards number 1 and number 2, and they're mixed together for clarifiers. So it's completely fantastical. That's going to add a different flavor to this month. This reading may or may not resonate for you because it's geared towards a collective, so it's up to you to decide whether it resonates or not. If it doesn't resonate for you, you may want to check out the readings for your other planetary placements or rising signs, whatnot. See if any of those resonate for you more. I'm going to be doing these in order of the most views that I got for March, and so it's going to be in that order. And feel free to subscribe, share, comment, like, do whatever you want to support my channel if you feel like. I would really appreciate it. If you would like to skip through the shuffling process, there is a timestamp down below in the description box for you that you can click on. It'll take you straight to the beginning of the reading. I'm feeling perfunctory even though I'm late this month, and so I have a feeling these readings are going to be a little bit shorter than usual. I'm hoping that the messages will come out clear for you. Okay, happy April, you guys, and if you happen to be an Aries sun sign, happy birthday, or an early Taurus. Okay, see you in a minute. Bye. Hello, Sagittarius. Thank you for the most views last month in March, and so because of that, you guys are first. And we'll just see what comes out for you for April. Okay, 11 cards. 1, 2, they're slippery. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wow, nice. All right. I'm going to keep this deck on standby. All right. They're brand new cards and they're really shiny, so I'm going to try to angle them where you can actually see the image. And let me fix the microphone, make sure you can actually hear me. Okay. Your central energy for April seems to be choices. Choices on how to proceed with an actual physical strategy on how to build something in your life or begin something new in your life. It definitely seems as though you have a lot of brilliant ideas and your mind is wide open as far as potentials, possibilities, things you would like to create, things you would like to begin. For now, it seems as though you are juggling and trying to balance what you actually have going on so it can remain stable so that you can begin something new. It's a tricky dance that you're doing here. And so let me get a little bit more information on that. Let me use this. Actually, why not? Okay, tell me more about the Two of Pentacles. It seems as though you're doing a fairly good job of balancing, though, where you're definitely making an effort to balance because you're very inspired to begin something. King of Pentacles. You might have a business idea or an idea of something that you would like to do that would bring you money. Or this can be an actual person too. Let me see what else you're juggling. Okay, you're balancing a queen and a king. So you have the Two of Pentacles, and on either side of her, she is juggling the Queen of Swords and the King of Pentacles. And so I would say while you are balancing your life and getting ready to begin something or make some kind of a major choice, you definitely seem determined to have your head screwed on straight, as in being rational, being practical, being rational and practical, while you are inspired and while you are getting started with the beginning stages of something. It's also important to manage your finances properly as well, not overspend, not overdo it. Really pay attention to what you're using your money towards. Make sure that you plan first before you begin something, because whatever it is that you are building, you are actually building it in 3D reality. And so you want to make sure that your plans are solid before you begin this, because once it gets started, it's going to be harder to go back and redo things. This could also be about relationships too. So concerning a King of Pentacles type of person, whether it's a man or a woman, they would be down to earth, practical, hands-on, a good sense of humor, wise with their money, or how they use their money or how they make their money. Someone who definitely wants to build something strong. You may be wavering on whether you really want to get that serious with someone just yet. You may want to take your time to get to know them and make sure that they have their head on straight, or you really understand where each other is coming from. If you can't communicate with them, then it's not the person for you. You should be able to communicate with them. And this might even be somebody who inspires you to think bigger thoughts of things you can create in your life as well. It could be an ally or a friend too. This could be two people that you're balancing too, or two situations in your life. So your challenge is the Emperor. What I'm seeing here is if you have plans to be the master of your own money or your own business or your own finances or your own talents, And if you wish to rise or to become more prominent in what you do, it seems as though you have some brilliant ideas, but they may be outside of the box or outside of the norm or outside of the system in a certain regard, but you still have to deal with a system in order to make this happen. Or how can you use your ingenious ideas to go around the system or find the loopholes in the system? Then you want to go outside of the box, but you still want to create something that's solid. And so how do you get around this? You might also be perceiving the system in societies around the world with human beings in general as being ultimately kind of already rigged. And so you're wondering, how do you work around this somehow? Or how do you work with this where you don't become enslaved to a system? It's a big commitment here. This might even be you thinking about possibly buying land or a home, or potentially purchasing a business. And so you want to make sure you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. There may be some legal loopholes in the contracts that you really need to take a very close eye on. It seems very strategic and not all that direct. So, do I need to pick more on that? Okay, let me pick a little bit more. Tell me more about the Emperor as what is hindering them or their challenge. The Knight of Pentacles. Things are taking too long with possibly getting things signed or getting things to be official. It's been a slow, steady progress. You might be feeling a little bit impatient, but if you can hold out a little bit longer or keep on going with what you've been doing, it seems as though you're able to come up with some kind of a solid plan or a solid way of making this happen. Even though you are not the Emperor is the challenge with this. And the Emperor, I'm not even really getting is a specific person. I'm getting that it's a system you're struggling with dealing with in order to create something new in your life. You might need certain papers, you might need certain things stamped, or you might need to sign some contracts or come up with a contract. Take your time with it, be patient with the process. Really pay attention to the fine print. And as long as you do that and keep on plotting, you will reach your destination of what you're trying to accomplish here, or you will find a new way. You might need some help with this too. You might need some input or some information, or you might need to seek some advice or wait for some kind of a sign. So what is helping you is the Page of Swords. Perhaps could it be that you have graduated or you have accomplished a degree in something or accomplished a license or the knowledge necessary in order to begin something new in your life, a new profession, a new way of life, a new way of, I'm actually even seeing for someone you just recently became a teacher, where you're a teacher now, or you were educated enough on something to become a teacher on it. But this can also be messages, receiving messages by email, by phone, by in-person contacts with people. This could be a phone call, a text. something that opens up opportunities for you. It's important for you to keep your mind open and flexible to new ideas, new experiences, and new knowledge in this situation. I'm getting the feeling here that you're about to begin something new, that you are not an expert at this, or you haven't done this before, and so you're fairly new to the situation, but it seems as though you're off to a really good start and you're willing to learn whatever is necessary to learn in order to further this idea or this thing you're creating. So don't try to hold yourself to too high expectations with this, because you're learning as you go. And so the most important thing is for you to be flexible, adaptable, and open to other people's perceptions, thoughts, ideas, input, as well as studying, learning, discovering new ways of understanding things. And again, what's helping you is you may receive some kind of a message finally that you've been waiting on, or receive some kind of paperwork that you needed, or a degree or something. Let's see. Tell me more about the Page of Swords. Oh, the Seven of Cups. Choose wisely. There's so many options in this matter. There are so many options. Choose wisely. Study your different options. Don't make any hasty decisions. That might be one of the reasons on why you're having to balance or juggle right now and really be practical and logical about what you're doing. Is, again, I'm getting a message that if you choose too hastily or quickly, you may regret your decision later, and you might have to go back and have to fix something. And so it says it's okay to think things over. It's okay to take your time looking at your options and deciding what would be the best thing to do, or to choose, or to go with. It may be that you are completely stunned with a million brilliant ideas. And it's hard to narrow all these ideas down and just focus on one or two. It seems like you have a lot of options available to you. If this had to do with a relationship, it might be that there is someone in your life that is very practical, down to earth, and wants to build something solid with you. But you're made of a different cloth than that. You're a more adventurous type, or more willing to experiment, go out there and learn new things. And I'm getting kind of a fear of commitment in here, where you're afraid of being locked down, or you're afraid of that somehow your dreams will be foiled, or your imagination will cease to give you ideas if somehow you lock yourself into a relationship. You may have multiple people to choose from, or you may want to keep your options open with relationships at this time until you know for certain that that's exactly what you want. But down below, you have the Two of Cups, and so it does seem, if this is about relationships, that you have met a match, or you have met someone that you are inspired by, and you're very much alike in a certain way. You communicate well. You have a strong bond with someone, and so for someone watching this, maybe you are juggling and torn, because part of you is afraid of commitment, but part of you recognizes that this is a connection you don't find every day, and it would be foolish of you to throw this connection away simply because you are afraid of being trapped, or afraid of being stuck in a situation where you can't grow. I don't know if that's coming from the past, of things that you've experienced before, or this could be somebody that you are dealing with. But there is a strong connection there, and this reminds me of twin flames, because obviously in the picture they're twins. This could be a twin soul or a twin flame you're dealing with. One of you may be running away and one of you may be chasing. That aside, let's look at that more. You definitely want to collaborate and you want to be in a partnership, whether it's a business partnership or a romantic partnership or a best friend. You definitely want companionship. It's not like you're out to be alone. You want harmony. You're tired of being alone. You have the Hermit with the Two of Cups. You're tired of being alone, or you've spent enough time alone. Now you're ready for some kind of a close friendship or a love relationship or a romance or just a partner or somebody to relate to and someone to talk to, someone to share ideas with. It may be for some of you or one of you, you want to get yourself settled, or not settled, but you want to get your physical life in order before you can really be ready for a new relationship to come in. It's like you want to straighten your existence up or your physical situation up so that you can be ready to invite something in because you're tired of being alone. Maybe when you were alone before, you kind of let your external life go a little bit or just get too messy. And now it seems as though you have realized you're ready for companionship, or you're ready to share your life with someone or with others. But this has made you realize that you need to set your foundation up first. This seems so unlike you, Sagittarians. I don't know, maybe some of you have planets or a moon in Capricorn or in an earth sign. It just seems like you're getting really practical with your dreams. And you've realized that if you want to experience life to the fullest, you need to straighten up your environment. But also, don't rush into a relationship because you are feeling lonely or you've been too alone. Make sure you really take the time to get to know potential suitors, potential people that you could possibly get to know, that you really get to know them instead of becoming fixed on one person. This is for those of you that aren't in a relationship. If there are those of you that are in a relationship, maybe you're realizing that you and your partner have become too distant from each other. Maybe by being distracted by goals or work or dreams or other things that the two of you are doing outside of the relationship. But you've realized that you want to invite your partner into what you're doing, or you need to spend more time with them and cultivate the relationship. Okay, so yeah, you're coming away from the Knight of Cups. So you have decided to follow your heart. You have decided to go with inspiration. You have decided to go with, this reminds me of Sarasvati. Isn't she the goddess of learning and teaching and the arts and music, I believe? Maybe you've become inspired to learn to play a new musical instrument or to start creating, whether it's music, art, cooking, whatever your art happens to be or whatever your inspiration lies in. You feel very inspired to follow your heart and to try to express the beauty that is in your heart, or to express yourself, to learn something new, to approach your life from a new perspective that invites in inspiration. This can also be deciding to follow your heart towards romance or towards somebody that you have feelings for as well. This can also be somebody who has come into your life recently who is very inspiring or seems very inspired themselves, very talented. And this is opening up your mind and helping you to see your own life in a new way. Or this can be you for others. So up here, as your best possible outcome, you have the Queen of Pentacles. And you had the King of Pentacles as one of your main central focuses. So you have the King and the Queen of Pentacles in here. This could be that you and someone else are on a very similar page and can easily mesh well because you're very similar in a certain way where you want to create together. You have a purpose together, not just simply the romance in the relationship, but you're creating something together, or you want to. But the queens are always a little bit softer, a little bit more feminine than the kings, so your best possible outcome is to follow your creative spark, that you can create what you wish. It may take a while. Pentacles always take time in the 3D reality world. This could be deciding to go in a more creative direction with your work or with your talents. This can be you finally deciding what it is that you actually want, and therefore you can make it happen. This can also be a person in your life. Let's find out more. Tell me more about the Queen of Pentacles as their best possible outcome. Two of Swords. Yeah, you need to make up your mind on what you actually want to see manifested. There's another two. You have several twos in here. So keep in mind you had the Two of Pentacles as your central experience for this month in April. Down below at your root or in your instincts, you have the Two of Cups. And with the Queen of Pentacles as your best possible outcome, you have the Two of Swords. In order to create in the 3D physical world what you would like, you need to make up your mind first on what it is that you actually want. If you hastily go in a new direction and begin to start the process of building something without fully having a clear picture of what you want, it could complicate things. And so take your time, look at your options, get new information if you need it before you go there. Same thing with a person in your life. If you need to make up your mind whether you actually want this person or not, or this relationship or not. If this is a person that's waiting on you to make up your mind, or vice versa, they deserve a decision eventually so that they can move forward or you can move forward. So communication is very important. Let's see. Tell me more about the Two of Swords. Tell me more about the Two of Swords. Awakening. Take your time with this process because the answers will come to you. Don't push yourself or rush yourself. For somebody watching, you may be having to work with some kind of a deadline on something for some kind of system or business or person who something. But take your time. Maybe go outside in nature. Go for a walk, go hiking, go someplace new. Pay attention to the sounds outside, birds singing, the sun shining, whether it's raining or not. Be in the here and now in a really beautiful place if you can, or a place that you fully enjoy, whether it's an art museum or a park or whatever it happens to be, or even a favorite cafe if you're able. But I'm getting outside here. You need to go outside to reflect, and the answers that you seek will come to you. Make sure that you become inspired and know exactly what it is that you want, or you see. Notice her hat is on top of her eyes where she can't see. She's looking within. Her eyes are open. And so go within to find the answers, but it will help to be outside someplace. And the answers will come to you. You will become aware of what it is that you actually want. And then you will be able to move forward and start making it happen. Okay, so in the near future, there is the King of Cups. I'm getting really deep emotions with this. Very emotional. If this is a person in your life, it's probably a Scorpionic person, or a person who has things in Scorpio, or possibly a water sign, a Cancer, Pisces. I'm getting Cancer too, Cancer or Scorpio. Very emotional, very sensitive, a long memory. Can sometimes live in the past a little bit. Very deep personality here. Let's find out more. Someone very heartfelt and loyal. Loyal to when it takes them a long time to get close to someone, but once they are, they're in it, no matter what. Let's see. Tell me more about the King of Cups. The Five of Pentacles. You might be missing someone, or someone might be missing you. This seems like memories from the past too. Maybe processing emotions from the past. I feel that for you in the future, you're going to be really going deep with yourself emotionally to what makes you feel left out, or what makes you feel like you're at a lack of warmth or companionship, or why do you feel empty, or what is missing? Something feels like it's missing. So what is missing for you emotionally? You might be remembering about past things that make you possibly sad, or wish that different things had happened, or that you had chosen a different outcome. Or this can even just be longing to connect with others or with another, but not really sure how to, or whether, if you are an extremely deep, emotional, empathic or psychic person, sometimes it's hard to find other old souls to bond with where they can actually see where you're coming from. There's a longing for an old soul connection, or to a sense of emotional family or spirit family here, or wishing that certain things hadn't happened the way that they did. If this is a person coming, is this a person coming into your life? Could be. It could be a person, or this can be an aspect of yourself. It's a feeling of homelessness, of like never finding your home, or your spiritual home, or your emotional home. It's a feeling of constantly being on the go, or constantly shifting from one thing to another without really staying still, or to be able to lay down roots any place. But it's a weird sorrow that almost feels good in a strange poetic way. It's almost like when you do put down roots, you don't feel comfortable. But whenever you are traveling or going from one experience to another in your life, you feel like you wish you had roots. But then when you have roots, you feel restless. Maybe you're mulling over this in the future of how can you work this out where you can be satisfied or where you can have what you need. It may be that for some reason somebody watching you may have been what they call a military brat, or somebody whose parents were in the military, and so you may have spent your childhood moving from one place to another, never being able to lay down roots. And so now that you're an adult, you're trying to balance this. How can you have a sense of home or a sense of belonging and yet not stagnancy? And how do you find that sense of home if you feel like you never really lay down roots any place? What is it exactly that you want? Give me some kind of a remedy. Or this could be someone that you're getting to know where you're noticing this part of their personality. Let's see. I'm seeing having to travel away from difficulty too, like moving to a different country or moving to a different location because things got really rough where they were. Celebrate. Ooh. If this is a relationship or someone that you're getting to know, the feelings go really deep. Celebrate and desire. Maybe someone in here is fearing that they can't have somebody or they can't be with someone when actually they can. Or they think perhaps the other person is not interested when actually they are. So try not to let the ghosts from the past get in the way of you feeling fulfilled now, just because you were not fulfilled in the past. Or you choose to actually go after what you desire, whether it's a person or something you would like to make happen in your life. You can celebrate because you will be able to make it happen. Okay. So right now you're feeling actually quite balanced to me. You feel like if you have been through difficulty or strife in the past or recent past, you've come to a place of peace with yourself where you're able to rise above whatever those things are and see them in a different perspective or in a different light, where you're looking at it from a vantage point instead of being stuck in it. And so you, even if things in your everyday 3D reality have not been peaceful, you are able to attain and reach a place of peace with your own mind and with yourself. And you know when things get overwhelming, or if you're starting to lose clarity, you know to take yourself away temporarily in order to tune in and to see it in a different way. So, in your surroundings, you have the Knight of Swords. Right is worth the cost. There's words on her dress, and they say, a right is worth the cost. A right is worth the cost. Yeah. This is being assertive. This is being assertive and being swift in communicating your personal truth. This could be a swift message coming your way too. I'm getting like a warrior vibe from this. She's holding what looks like either a pen or a paintbrush. I think that's a writing pen. This could be something that you're writing, or this could be something that you're reading, or this could be information that you choose to go out after and go find, whether it's looking over old archives in a library or looking over researching into something. And this might have something to do with civil rights, human rights, the rights towards things like freedom of speech, freedom of thought. The right is worth the cost. You may need to speak your truth about something, or you may need to be direct about what you actually think about something, instead of mincing words or holding back. Something to do with your surroundings. This could be a message that comes your way too. This could be rapid comings and goings, or a visitor comes to see you and brings you some information that you need, or a different perspective, or you're able to have brilliant conversations. You may need to tell someone off in your environment, or call something out. You might need to call something out. Let's see. Tell me more about the Knight of Swords. Commune. Yeah, I'm getting actually, if there are some psychics watching, you may have a really amazing experience where you go out into nature or to a wide open space where you can see a lot of sky, and you may receive messages from spirit that blow your mind and awaken your mind to different possibilities or things on the horizon for you that are possible. And I also see possibly having brunch or a little tea party or a gathering with someone that you and they communicate extremely well, where you can bounce ideas off of each other and come up with ideas together, where you are not alone in this. You have a companion to be able to talk things out with, or possibly to go on a short little trip with. Okay. Your hope is to be able to make a living doing what you love. Pure and simple. And your general outcome is the Nine of Cups. So the potential is in this reading for you to be able to have your wishes be granted and to feel extremely blessed. It's like something was blocked before, or I'm getting an image in my head of a clawfoot bathtub with a cork or a rubber stopper on the drain. And it's like something was blocking the flow for you before, but it's almost like you decide to yank out the plug and all of a sudden things are happening. And things that you didn't think were possible before. It's an amazing feeling. It seems like the only real struggles in this reading is dealing with a system, or dealing with rules, or dealing with a feeling of why bother, because you would just be part of some kind of rat race, or you would get caught in the system if you tried to, or something about the system would stop you. And you may have had experiences in the past where things did not work out the way that you had planned, or you did not receive what you needed when you did try. But if you try now, and if you continue to be inspired and take your time with receiving the necessary visions that you need, it is entirely possible for you to have your wishes granted. If this had to do with love, it may be that somehow you've been fearing somebody, or you are not emotionally invested in the situation, when actually there is a genuine connection and there is emotional investment. But let me find out more about the Nine of Cups. Let me pick it from here. Tell me more about the Nine of Cups. The Two of Wands. You need to decide. The Two of Wands, another two. You have a lot of twos in this reading. What will help them make the decision? That's pretty simple. Focus on love. Focus on what's actually in your heart. This is reminding me of, where is it? The Knight of Cups. Love, to pay attention to what actually you love and go in that direction, whether it's a person or a talent or an inspiration you have or something you want to create. I'm getting a lot of inspiration in this whole reading, so don't get caught up in the monkey mind of distractions, so many different choices to choose from, so many options, so many fairies dancing in your head of potentials, possibilities. It's okay to daydream and think about what you actually want, but eventually you need to make some kind of a decision, and your wishes will be granted if you go towards your heart and just simply follow your heart and take action off of what's in your heart. And also to keep your heart open. I'm getting a coy energy with this because in here there's the word open in the heart. It's an open heart, just like a child has. Children have open hearts. But this woman is holding the 9 cups in front of her heart, almost like a shield. I know it's supposed to be like an old-fashioned fan, but it almost looks coy, like she's playing games, or she's not showing all of what's in her heart. So if either you or another person has been hiding how they feel, if it's you hiding how you feel, don't hide how you feel. Be open with what's actually in your heart. And if this is another, it seems as though they open up, and you may have doubted how they actually felt because perhaps they didn't show it. Maybe this is a scorpionic type person that finds it extremely difficult to open up, but it seems as though they do, and something becomes much more clear. Or you've been holding your dream or your inspiration close to your heart without opening up to the potentials of being able to create it or make it happen. But it seems as though you decide to go after what you actually desire. And that reminds me of, where is it? This. To go after what you desire. Okay, hopefully that made sense or helped someone. And I'll see you guys in mid-month for your mid-monthlies. Okay, take care.